Hello, darlings. It's Raymond with Haus of Darling Perfumier. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. It's night 2. We are back sniffing some more of Blocki. So this is our third live smelling Blocki. Our first was the Emma collection. We started Heritage last night, and we're going to finish up Heritage tonight. I keep saying we are because Kym is going to be here joining us. Deanne, welcome in. How are you doing? It's great to see you. Send some, share this out to some other people who want to be in this live or who are interested in fragrances. I'm going to send some of mine out as well. As you come in, please let me know what your scent of the day is. I want to know. I did wear a fragrance today from Blocki, and that was Saharet. I smelled that last night, wanted to get some more of that experience, and so that is what I am wearing today. So let me send this out. And Kym is going to be joining us here pretty soon. Alicia, Jacob, darling, welcome in. Jake is wearing Starlight Sesame. He's been loving that fragrance from Scent Trunk. Dee, welcome in. How are you? Gems, welcome in. What are you all wearing? Please let me know as you come in here. You are wearing Histoires de Parfums Prolix. Okay, interesting. Now, Brenda, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you here. Agati, welcome in. How are you? I am waiting for Kym to jump in here so that we can jump back into smelling Blocki. Let me know if you have experienced this brand at all. They are an American perfume brand. And I found out about them because of a fragrance called Brazilian Lily. We're going to jump into that fragrance tonight. It has been on the end in like the list that we've just been going down in order. So the first that we did was actually in a collection called the Emma collection. And that was 4 walks in every season and this grand affair. Last night we started the Heritage collection and smelled Sanrovia, Saharet, and Kochko. And tonight we're going to get into Brazilian Lily, Esprit d'Amour, and Press Club. Kix, welcome in. How are you doing? Please let me know what your scent of the day is as you are coming in. Share this live with others who love fragrance just as much as us. Johnny, welcome in. What is your scent of the day, please? So let's go into the history a little bit while we wait for Kym to get here. It says, when John Blocki began making perfumes in 1865, the American perfume industry was in its infancy. Blocki's fragrances and his signature presentation, a real flower preserved in each bottle, captured the imagination of a new American aristocracy, one that longed to put its own imprint on luxury. The extensive fragrance and cosmetic business that resulted ran until 1950 and ended with his recognition as a pioneer American perfumer. So a little bit of information about Blocki, which we're going to be getting into. Kix is wearing Brioni EDP Intense. I think I just got that in a sample with one of my mystery box. Johnny is wearing Whitewater. Dee is wearing Kayali Musk 12. You know what? That's a great segue, Dee, because I was talking with Kym last night, and there is Kym, and we were talking about easy to wear. After wearing Saharet today, I've come to the conclusion that these fragrances are for you. Some fragrances are supposed to be like loud. Hello, Kym. Welcome in. Hello, mother.
I can't see you.
Oh, no. We're running into that tonight again. Okay. You'll have to watch on the replay.
Wait,
How
I'm
are
gonna
you?
leave and come back. I'm gonna leave and come back and just see.
Okay.
And if
Perfect.
not,
And
I will.
instead of me
I will
inviting
accept
you,
my
you
blessing.
send the invite.
Okay.
Okay. And so I was mentioning with Kym or I was experiencing today, that I feel like these fragrances are fragrances that you wear for yourself. Some are large and big and sillage. These are fragrances that you wear for yourself when you want to go on that journey. So I think that that's what these fragrances are for. And I love those types of fragrances, right? Because who cares about what other people have to say or even your partner has to say about a fragrance? If you love it, I feel like you should wear it. No bueno?
No bueno.
Jason, welcome in. How are you doing? It's good to see you here. What is your scent of the day? So I wore Saharet today, and I was telling everyone that I feel like these fragrances are fragrances that you wear for yourself.
Kix, you're still on my shit list.
Hello, Christian. Welcome in. How are you doing? So I feel, some fragrances people want others to smell. They want a sillage. They want people to know that they're there before they come into the room. These fragrances aren't that. These are fragrances that you wear for yourself to have your experience or to change or alter your mood. And that's what I think these fragrances are for. I wore Saharet
Yeah.
today.
When this popped up on my calendar earlier,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, good. I got to get ready for today's edition of Blocki's going to take all my adult money.
We've been liking a lot of the fragrances that have come out. Again, I wore Saharet today,
Every
which
single
has
one. They're so
like
good.
mandarin and pink pepper. There was cardamom, geranium, cashmere was ambery, green vetiver. I really like
Vanilla.
the
Oh,
vetiver that they use in their fragrances, and I'm excited to dive into the end of their collection today. We're going to be getting into Brazilian Lily, which we're going to save for last, Esprit d'Amour, and we're going to get into Press Club. Kix is like, no, love me. Oh, yes. Jason's fragrance is Pharaoh. That bottle was beautiful that you dropped in the Discord. That was a really pretty bottle.
Kix is a ghost. He's dead to me right now.
Ah, we are going to air Jerry Springer on this live while we smell some Blocki. Let's get in. Oh, a little bit more about the story for anyone else who hasn't heard before. So it says, we can't think of a better task or a better time than returning to our family's perfumery roots. Our fragrances stray from original formulas to tell the true stories behind the brand and its history. Like the collage art we make for each perfume, the joy is combining vintage and modern elements to create something new. We source our ingredients from trusted family-owned businesses that have been in the fragrance industry for over 6 decades. Sustainable ingredients like Texas and Virginia cedar, Haitian vetiver, and Haitian vetiver echo our family's conservationist spirit and our dedication to ingredients and extraordinary quality. So let's start the first one in that we're going to smell today, but is in the Heritage Collection. This one is called Esprit d'Amour. What does Esprit mean? Do you know in French?
Uh, it means spirit of love, esprit d'amour.
Okay, because I remember those shoes. Remember back in the day, the shoes, those
This,
Esprits?
esprit. Kix, we don't have to get a divorce because you're dead. I'm a widow.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh wait, oh behave. I'm single now.
Well, we were the three musketeers, and now Ray and I are just the dynamic duo because Kix died.
Oh, stop. Oh. All right. So
So,
we are going to be getting into Esprit d'Amour. Again, love the like pressing and the lettering that they have on the bottles. They have really great atomizers.
yeah, the atomizers are top notch.
Ooh, just from that first spray. Again, I got to put this on skin, but this is lovely.
Jason's saying this from personal experience. Esprit d'Amour launched in 1916 as an ode to the beauty and spirit of the real flower. We remade Esprit d'Amour with bergamot, muscat, tonka, sandalwood, and musk, a fresh, sweet fragrance created with the same spirit of love as the original. Oh, this one's nice, even on paper.
So this is
Better.
like I feel like the image I'm seeing on mine is like blooming, like there's a push forward.
It's definitely a lot more floral on skin than it is on paper. Like it's really nice on paper, but It has
Oh
a much
yeah.
lighter floral element on paper, but on skin, you really get that floral. And this is not an offensive floral. I would wear this floral, and I don't like really floral fragrances.
Okay. So I'm smelling some warmth, like some ambery, kind of resinous as well. Definitely smelling some sandalwood.
It's more like a floral scent you'd get if you're walking through a field of like small wildflowers versus like a big like garden, like a botanical garden
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
where you
yeah.
have,
More
you
natural,
know,
more. Mhm.
yeah, where like you get that stronger, more intense floral fragrance in a floral garden because they're designed to be specifically about the florals and the big flowers, whereas um, this is just lighter. It is a very nice, inoffensive, light floral, and you get that like hint of citrusy bergamot that like comes through the back. That's really nice and balances it.
Yeah, it's really light with the florals. It's like inoffensive. I really feel this is very musky. I'm really liking the musk that's in
Hmm.
here. The musk in my mind is also rounding. Usually with musk, I either get ones that elongate like horizontally,
Hmm.
or I get spikes vertically, or I get ones that just like round everything out. And this feels like this one's a round one.
This you get that like bergamot in the background that like comes through the floral, and then like the tail end of what you're smelling is like that woody note, that sandalwood, which is really like a light, inoffensive sandalwood that
Their
balances everything
sandalwood is really
beautifully.
good that they
It's
use.
so good.
These are the
Not
colors that I am seeing and Kym is not
no,
for Esprit
no,
d'Amour.
but
So
I
I'm
mean, not one of their fragrances that has sandalwood has been bad.
no,
Obviously we've liked every single one of them,
I'm
but
picking out
sandalwood can be
sandalwood.
really,
It
yeah,
can.
sandalwood could be really tricky.
It
Like,
can. And they're using some really great sandalwoods, I think. The colors that I'm seeing is yellow, salmon, sand, and tan.
I know there's an L in salmon, but you don't
I
pronounce
just
it.
always have to because I love when people do that. So I just have to mock it a little bit. This
English is hard.
smells like it'd be a really beautiful skin scent. I see
Yeah.
fluffy pillows. I see like a Shea lounge where I'm like laying with my hand over my head and just just calmness almost.
This feels like a floral for people who don't like florals.
Ooh, I like
Um,
that. Is it
because
go?
I don't I'm not into heavy florals. Like,
Okay.
um, I have I have both garden replicas. Promenade in the Garden, which is crazy heavy powdery floral, and I hate it, but it's discontinued and I don't know what to do with it, so it just exists in my collection. And then I have was it In the Garden? But that I like that one, and I like it a lot because it's got that tomato leaf, whatever. It's not very
Oh
floral.
yeah, that tomato leaf is great in that scent.
But if you look at my whole collection, there's like no florals. I just don't like heavy florals. I like the smell of flowers. I don't want to smell like flowers. It's too much. It kind of turns my stomach a little bit. That might be why I don't like rose fragrances very much. I only have the three that I like. But this one, I really like this one. I think this is a floral for someone who doesn't like florals. Like,
I
yes,
like
it's
that.
floral, but it's not heavy, it's not offensive, it's not turning my stomach and just I don't know, I can't really explain. Like sometimes you eat something too salty, too sweet, it kind of turns your stomach. I
Yeah.
I get that from overly floral fragrances, be it
Esteban,
candle or
Raven,
essential
how are
oils or
you
anything, but
doing?
this is
Welcome in. We are smelling some Blocki. And Raven, I was going to message you. I'm going to be sending your package out next week. I need to get some stuff from Jamie still. So,
but this is nice, and
Efrat,
as it's
how are
developing,
ya?
that floral element is really settling and balancing at the same level as that bergamot and
So I've
sandalwood. But it's
smelled a couple different like lavender in natural form. And there is one that is a little bit more something is like taken out of it that gives it kind of like that medicinal like feeling, and
Hmm.
it's more of a softer, and I kind of feel like an herbal lavender coming through now a little bit. Not like rough at all, but I definitely feel it's there. Also, you said mougettes, and everyone correct me if I'm wrong, but mougette's also lily of the valley, right? Isn't that mougette? White
I
floral?
don't, I don't know. I'd have to look
I'll,
it up, and I don't have a
I'll
second
look
device
it
with
up.
me right now.
But there's some people in here. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's take a look. Let's pull up the notes off of the Blocki website, because on the page it says um, Mouget, Tonka, Sandalwood, and Musk. They go into a little bit more depth on their website. So let me pull that up. Okay. So this says in the head, there's Amalfi lemon, Calabrian bergamot, and orange peel. In the
Nice.
heart is vibrant Mouget, Lavandin Grasso. I'm thinking that's the lavender thing. And then in the hind, there's tonka, sandalwood, and ethereal musk.
Yeah,
Thank you,
they're saying Mujet is
Liky.
Lily of the
Thank you,
Valley.
Jason. Appreciate you. It is Lily of the Valley. Thank you. That is Mouget. Uh, Esteban is wearing Zerjoff Alexandria 2. Have you smelled Oriental? That one in the apple? So good. I don't want to look it up. Looks it up. Lily of the Valley. Thank you for that.
This one's really, I would buy this one. I would full size this one.
The perfumer is Lionel Nesbitt, and the 50 ml bottle is 185. Again, if you buy the
I think they're
Discovery
all
Set,
185.
yeah, they've all been 185 so far. If you buy the $45 Discovery Set, you get that towards a full bottle. So I think that is a really great option. And Kym said it, I think, perfectly. This is a floral for people who say that they don't like florals. And here's the colors that I am seeing for Esprit d'Amour. Raven, if you didn't hear me, I need to collect some fragrances from Jamie, and then we will be sending out your package. And then we need to have a live
Oh,
so that we can see your first impressions on smelling the fragrances that we are going to send you. So far in my lineup, I've got a peony and peppercorn. We've got a Laura
Jason.
Mercier ombre vanilla almond coconut. We've got a love story au sensuel, Estrada fairy love, and we'll have some others.
This smells really good.
Okay, so if I remember right, let me take a look. The interesting thing, yes. So the fragrance I'm wearing today, Saharet, is also made by Lionel Nesbitt. And so far there's been kind of three perfumers. There's been Michelle Bruckman. There's been Lionel Nesbitt, and then Kevin Verspor.
This is such a light, beautiful floral. I'm really digging this a lot, actually. It might be one of my favorites. And I don't even like and I don't like florals, so that's tells you something.
Yeah, no, this
This
is
is
a
this is
very,
really nice.
and again, I think this echoes that thing I was saying earlier. You wear these fragrances for you.
Yeah,
I
if you're
really,
and I'm not this kind of person, but if you're the kind of person who wears your perfumes seasonally, this would be a beautiful spring fragrance.
Jason,
Um,
I
I
love you
I
so
would
much.
wear it
You always
whenever,
have to
but
self promote, and so do I. I'm not dogging you at all. But yes, if you did not know, Arsham Persia has launched their second fragrance, Zubia and Bamier, and it's only 150 right now on pre-order. So go to arshampersia.com or send Jason a message or if you're interested. And also send me a message if you want to come to Fragrance Fest. Raven, you want to come to Costa Mesa, California?
it might be worth the trip just to give Jason side eye.
Bob, welcome in. How are you doing? We are smelling fragrances from the American perfume brand Blocki, and we just sprayed Esprit d'Amour. These are the colors that I'm seeing, and we are now saying that this is a floral for people who do not like florals.
I can't stop smelling it. It's so good.
I think it's that musk, really.
I,
The tonka bean is kind of resinous as well, so it brings a little bit of depth to it and dimension. There's
it
Jamie.
just
Welcome in,
develops
darling.
into like this beautifully balanced, slightly citrusy, lightly woody floral, and it's fantastic.
I think we are going to have a Scented Pages upcoming with Raven because we're going to be sending her a um, Christian Louboutin Discovery Set that Jamie and I both have, and we're going to go through that with her, which will be really, really fun. Jamie, welcome in. I just let the cat out of the bag, so
Jason,
everyone,
I am going to sue you for libel if you keep saying that I love Texas
Raven,
too much.
let me know what your scent of the day is, please. Jamie,
I
you as
love
well.
HEB, which is in Texas. Period.
She can't be seen in California because she can't get her horse on the plane. Don't kill me.
Texas is not the top place that I've ever lived, and I've lived places.
Raven's in Texas as well. The cat that out of the bag is that we're going to be sending Raven a Christian Louboutin Discovery Set, and you, me, and
Then
her are going
Raven
to be doing a Scented Pages together.
understands why HEB is superior, and I don't have to say anything else.
Mic drop. Well, let's get into the second fragrance then.
Press Club.
The
That's
second
that's
fragrance we
really
have is called Press Club. Now, when you hear that name Press Club, if you're watching this now or in the replay on YouTube, drop in the comments, what do you think that fragrance would smell like? Press Club. What impressions does it give you?
the scent of bergamot, saffron, and oh, good words. Yes, HEB is cool. Olibanum echoes the energy of the Press Club billboard room in the 1920s. Join Blocki and the cosmopolitan, God, English is so hard, and the cosmopolitan celebrities and famous artists and writers that flock to the Press Club's legendary soirees.
Okay, I've never heard of this Press Club. World, welcome in. How are you doing? What is your scent of the day, please? We are smelling fragrances from Blocki. We're rounding out their Discovery Set and the Heritage Collection. We just sprayed Esprit d'Amour, which is a floral for people who do not like florals. And now I just sprayed Press Club.
This this uh this does. I live in the suburbs,
I
sir,
agree with
and
you,
I'm
Liky
afraid of
Andy.
horses. This reminds me of ink and paper, like on
Ooh,
a
okay.
billboard. Like,
And I was agreeing with Alicia and D. Definitely a book. My mind went to book,
yeah.
papers, ink,
Well, I was thinking
newspaper, like a press.
based on the description, I was thinking papers pinned to a corkboard.
Hey, Troy.
Energies of the billiard room, but it kind
The
of
cat.
reminds me of ink and paper.
World is wearing Soul Cafe right now. Jamie, the cat that I let out of the bag is that we're sending her a discovery set of Louis Vuitton, and that we're going to be doing a Scented Pages together. That's all. I am volunteering you for your appearance on a future Scented Pages. You've been voluntold. Ooh.
It kind of smells like ink and paper and felt and smoke.
Okay, I definitely got a smokiness, like a smoky vibe, maybe from like vetiver, but I'm not getting silver in my head, which is very interesting. There's something very herbal about this, maybe like thyme or rosemary, like one of those spices you put into like a dish, a green herb.
Getting the felt of the billiards table and smoky, like in a billiards room, and then ink and paper from like a billboard.
Okay,
Oh, this is really nice. And it's
this is ambery.
like if I smell it and close my eyes, I can imagine myself in like an old timey like library with a billiard table and like people smoking cigars
I
and
love
discussing
that
whatever
your
they're discussing
library
while
has a billiards
like
table.
drinking.
That is fantastic. Take me there.
Hey, press club billiards. room.
So
But
in
it's like,
my
well,
mind,
that's because I'm getting something that the scent, something about it reminds me of felt, like the top of a billiard table.
ooh, okay. Yeah, you're getting that texture of like felt. I like that.
Like,
These are the colors that I am seeing in my mind for Press Club. The colors are bronze yellow, peach, mauve, and light brown.
okay, can we all just as a collective agree that we don't like Jason?
I agree with what he said earlier, though. The more that Kym picks on you, the more she loves you.
He said, all right, I have to head out. I got enough of my roast and see y'all later. Can man tell your horses? I said, hey, Hay.
Bye, Jason.
I'm afraid of horses.
Yeah, there's an herbalness to this. There's a smokiness to this. There is amberiness to this.
I feel like
But it's
I
smooth
could imagine
too.
like sitting like in an old clubhouse library, wood shelves, like elaborate library while people are playing billiards and smoking cigars and drinking their bourbon
Oh.
and talking about the news.
So when you spray on your skin, do you ever exhale first with your nose to like warm it up and then inhale? Try that.
Mm-mm.
Like exhale a little bit.
I get a little
You
bit,
get
when I do that, I get a little bit more of that felt table sense.
okay. I'm getting more like saffron, like a saffrony. So I love doing that to get like a different like nuance of the fragrance to kind of like heat it up with my nose a little bit. I'm definitely getting like a smoky saffron. I thought it was coming from vetiver at first. It's definitely coming from saffron.
That
It's
smokiness is so, it's prominent, but it's not
but
offensive,
it's
and it doesn't,
smooth. It's really
yeah, it
smooth.
doesn't, like, it does, yeah, it's not heavy, it doesn't overwhelm, it's just very well balanced, it's just slightly above the rest of the fragrance. Like, if you imagine the fragrance as levels, you have everything here, and then the smokiness on top. So everything you're smelling comes through that smokiness and just gets traces of
I'm
it.
kind of getting a little bit of like a booziness as well. You're getting a slight like booziness or something.
Here, hold on a second, I think my cat's stuck in the office.
Oh my gosh, go help the cat. And then I'll look up the notes. Again, this one we are smelling is called Press Club from Blocki, part of their heritage collection. So Press Club.
No, no cats were trapped. They were just making noise for attention, and they got it. They've learned no lesson.
So now I need to know where this press club was at. They had legendary soirees, so I need to know like I'm guessing like New York or something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
press club. The head, it's got bergamot, armoise, which I don't know what that is. Rosemary. In the
Oh,
heart, it's
see? Look at
got
that.
saffron, cypress, and clove. And in the hind, it's got olibanum and amber.
Oh, clove. That's what I'm picking up at the tail end, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was until you
This
said
one's
clove.
nice.
Blocki out here trying to take all my money. They're going to get it
Oh,
too,
okay. So
eventually.
armoise is also artemisia, so that green um plant,
Oh,
which goes really well with the rosemary and the cypress and everything as well. Because like in Kochko, that cypress was pretty heavy, and this one, it's if it's there, it's way very. I wouldn't have picked it out, and it's really subdued.
this is like everything else that we've tried except for Kutchko, where it's light.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is a,
yeah. Kochko was very like boof in
yeah.
your face. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree
But
with that.
this is a very like for you fragrance. You can wear it into a crowded office. No one's going to be offended. We don't know the ciliage or anything because we're like by ourselves. We don't know how far this scent goes, but these all feel very like personal scents. Like for someone else to really enjoy
I
it, like they
agree
have to be like
with
near
you.
you talking to you. These none of, with the exception of Kutchko, that is kind of the powerhouse of the 8 we've tried so far. These all feel like you're not going to walk down the street and have someone stop you and say, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" Because they're not heavy They're not super strong.
Except that it's
These
funny
are
that you said that because I was just going to let you know that I did actually wear a Saharet today. And when I went into the store, I did have one person say, "You smell really
really.
nice," as I walked by. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." But I literally had just sprayed it, got in my car, went to the store. But I walked in, someone said, "Oh, you smell really nice." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, I know who she is and I've seen her before. She works there. But she did say, "Oh, you
Hmm.
smelled really nice." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." But I totally agree with you. I think these fragrances are very personal. I think they're
Yeah, these
fragrances
are.
that you
I think
wear for
these are for
yourself.
for
Yeah.
you. I've only had that happen once, and it was whispers in the library, and it was like so wild because I went to. It was like ages ago. I went to McDonald's. I was in the drive-through, and the guy who took my payment was like, "You smelled really good." So this guy who's like around cooking beef and
Yeah.
fry oil all day could smell me from my car,
I totally agree.
and I was
I
like,
don't ever
"Yeah."
expect compliments for people or want compliments for people. But last week, I was wearing Calibria from, oh no, not Calibria. I was wearing Kintsugi from, no, not Kintsugi. That's a different one. Kensai. Sorry. I was wearing Kensai from Gentleman's Nod. I just
Mhm.
sprayed it, went to the post office, and a guy opened the door for me and held it open. And when I went into the post office, he came back inside. He was leaving, but he came back inside and he tapped my shoulder and he goes, "What cologne are you wearing?" So I had to tell him what it was. And I was like, "Oh." So it is very nice when you get little compliments and
Mhm.
stuff like that. It's even more nice because I think people are intimidated sometimes to walk up to you and be like, "Hey, what are you wearing?"
Mhm.
Because sometimes it can be a little personal thing and stuff like that, you know? This press club is
This
getting a
just
little sweeter.
it just keeps getting better.
So I
And
looked it up. The
that's
press
it.
club was in Washington, D.C.
This is like a common thread in every single one of their fragrances that we've tried. It
How
gets
they
better
develop.
the longer that you
How
wear
they
it. Yeah, the way that
develop.
these develop is just absolute magic.
Yeah.
Smooth as silk and magic. And this might be my favorite house.
I feel like it's getting a little bit sweeter, a little bit more welcoming. Like I don't know, it just again, I guess that matches with like the soiree. Maybe the party's like starting to heat up a little bit more. But you're totally
Yeah.
right. These fragrances develop and tell you a story in such a thoughtful and precise way. Like it's on purpose, and I
Yeah.
actually really, really love it.
Go
It's
back
driving me crazy.
to Esprit more and tell me if it's more citrusy than floral
Hello,
now for you, because it is for
Robert.
me.
Welcome in. How are you doing?
Oh.
Esprit. To me, I'm getting more of the orange peel.
Yeah, it's developing. It's getting more citrusy and less floral. The floral's still there,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but
But I'm
as it's
starting to smell
developing,
more of that. You're right. It's
hmm
getting more
this
orange
is
for
like
me.
I've this is probably like the sixth one of these that I've done with you. This is the only one where I've liked every single fragrance.
Yeah, that's true. And you
Every
have really great opinions. I'm not saying
yeah,
like you're like you tell when you like a fragrance or not. And like these ones have been really beautiful
every
storytellers.
every single fragrance. I never would have guessed that. I mean, they're done so well and they're so good. I've liked every single. I would full bottle every single one of these. And usually when we do these, there's one that I desperately want a full bottle
Right.
of, maybe two.
Yes.
And we've done some big ones and some small ones. So I think Spirit of Kings was like
Oh my
12
gosh, that was
fragrances or
yeah, that was a
something,
huge collection.
and there was only like one that I really,
I think there
really
was like
would have
three
full
maybe from
bottled.
there I would wear. Like I remember Tabana was a really good one. But no, I totally
Matt
agree with you.
Milano had like 18, and I think there were four that I wanted to full bottle.
Oh yeah, there
Um,
was some in there that were just like nose.
right. But this,
Yeah.
like every single one of these is an absolute hit. It does, I just feel like, and we obviously haven't gotten to Brazilian Lily yet, but I just feel like they literally have something for everybody. No matter
Oh
what kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
fragrance
That's
you
very
prefer,
true. Yeah.
they have it for you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they have this floral for people who don't like florals. They have Kutsko, which is like a heavy, spicy, and a little more masculine.
And
And
by the way, really quick with Kochko, when I smelled the scent strip this morning, wow. That one,
really,
I started to smell the tobacco even more, and the cypress had died
hmm
down, but the greenness was still there. I am really excited to wear Costco for a full day because when I smelled the scent strip this morning, I was like, this isn't what I smelled last night.
And the longevity on these is also fantastic.
Oh,
Hours, just
absolutely.
hours. So you can really tell the quality from that. But they have, if you like something sweet, this Grand Affair. If you like something a little more masculine and spicy, Costco. If you like something a little floral but not too floral, Esprit de More. Like they have something for everybody. Like
Yeah.
with
Four
with
Walks
me
was a
being
really,
such a
really
fan of
great.
like library scents, Press Club is perfect.
And Four
Press Club is
Walks, I really
perfect.
did enjoy that one as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. And again, you get all of these 9 fragrances in their discovery set. They write a handwritten note that says thank you. Comes in a nice little sachet. You get $45 back towards a full bottle purchase. So I say to buy the discovery set and find which one or more suits you because they really do have a wide range. I think it's beautiful that this is an homage to vintage fragrances that John came out with long ago, and I'm liking to discover them now. I really like
So
Press Club a lot.
are you ready to try the reason that we ever bought this in the first place?
Yes. So this is the reason why I bought this discovery set is because it has Lily. I have been a Lily freak recently. So please, if you're watching this now or in the replay, drop your favorite Lily fragrance in the comments because I need to know. This is Brazilian Lily.
Oh, that smells like a lily.
What do you get with Lily why do you say that? What do you get?
Hmm.
What's your impression when you get Lily?
It just reminds me of the way lilies smell. My favorite flower is stargazer lily.
Oh,
So it just,
okay.
yeah, so it smells like lilies to me. It smells like a bouquet of lilies.
Oh, but it's like fruity.
So this is definitely a heavier floral. I still like it. On the paper, it's got a little bit of a sunscreen aftertaste, not aftertaste, after smell to me that I don't appreciate, but that's not on your skin.
Okay. I forgot to mention though, Press Club was made by Michelle Bruckman. So again, repeating perfumers. So far, they've had 3 perfumers that they use, which I think is kind of cool too when you have like a consistency of that. I always think and feel like even the like designer brands, they should have like an in-house perfumer and really see what one person can develop, like Jean-Claude Helena did with Hermes. I really think I like and appreciate that in a brand.
Okay, it says the rain stops, the sun burns through the humid haze, green light filters through the tree canopy, water droplets clinging to ripe fruit and delicate petals. The breeze carries the scent of the Brazilian lily. This just smells like a lily. I don't know what they
It's
did, but it just smells like a lily.
This is
Like
really pretty.
I don't
Hey,
get
Robin.
any I don't get anything else. Just
There's
lily. It smells like
the
a lily. It
green.
smells like I have a bouquet of lilies. So you get that floral smell and then you get the scent of the stems and leaves, that green.
Yeah, the stems, the
And that's
leaves. It
it.
almost even my nose is like almost in the lily as well. Oh,
This is like a perfect representation of a lily. End of story. Like
okay.
that's the fragrance journey on
Everyone,
this. It smells
that's the
like a
Scented
lily.
Pages. Thanks for joining us. End of story. See you the next one. Bye.
I'm talking about for this, every other scent that they've done, it's a journey that develops. But this, it doesn't feel like a journey. It feels like holding a bouquet of lilies and taking a whiff, and that's it. They did a really well done representation of lily, like almost like it would be a single note fragrance. I mean, we know that it's not,
Right.
that it's more complicated than that. But they put together a fragrance that just smells like a lily. And they did it
These are the
really
colors
well
that
because it
I'm seeing.
smells just like a lily.
And these are the colors that I am seeing. I'm seeing metallic silver, lime green, lemon yellow, sky blue, and peach. So I'm almost getting a little bit of like a um I don't know why I want to say this phrase, but like on Swan Lake, there's almost like this white, but on like this blue reflective mirror, silver. I'm getting a lot of stuff going on in my head with this one.
I just get like a bouquet of lilies. You smell the greenery and you smell the lilies, and that's it. You smell the flower and you smell the leaves.
There is a slight like woodiness that's coming through. It's not very strong, but I'm getting like a
I
slight
don't,
woodiness that's helping to support like
yeah.
everything else that's coming through.
I
But
don't
yeah,
get
this is
that at
the
all. I get a very green floral.
I'm getting a slight fruity, almost like the skin of a cantaloupe. Like a slight, you know how cantaloupe isn't very like fragrant at all, but it's almost like in the rind itself, like
Mm-hmm.
where the perfume of it is. It's kind of like that a little bit. It's not very strong, but I smell like a tinge of that's going on. Raven, you like the
See,
colors?
I only kind of get that, but after you say it, like,
Okay,
so,
I
you
get
know
what
what I
you mean.
mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Um, so like this is the kind of floral that it turns out that I like. That is almost like a single note floral.
Yeah,
Um,
and usually my experience with lilies is there's kind of like a wet dankness to it, and that's not here. This is just like
no,
the
this is
flower and the stem and the leaves
it's
in its raw
bright, it's
form.
fresh, it's green, and it's perfect. It's
It's
balanced.
perfect. I love
Yeah, it's balanced so well that it really just smells like you're holding a bouquet of lilies and you stick your face in and take a big whiff.
you.
Which
Alicia
I
says
don't recommend
blazing lily.
doing that because the pollen on those is a freaking hot mess. That's really the downside to
To lilies.
liking stargazer lilies is the pollen stains so bad. Those stamens, you gotta take them out.
Alicia mentioned Blazing Lily by Alexander McQueen and Electimus Sylvanus have some nice nice lily fragrances. On the website, this one does say uh, this was inspired by the 1903 Blocki fragrance with the same name, Brazilian lily. It blends tropical florals, lush fruit, and driftwood to create an olfactive garden in full bloom. It does say that no Brazilian lily plants were harvested to make this perfume. It is a creative interpretation of the plant and its ecosystem. A portion of Brazilian lily cells benefit the Red List Project. Together with our environmental conservation and consumer product partners, we initiate projects not only to raise awareness uh, of mounting threats to the plant's botanical diversity, but also to generate funds to targeted conservation of threatened plants and the ecosystems in which they thrive. In the head, red currant, neroli, bergamot. Heart has white fig and rain lily. And in the hind, it's got driftwood, amber, and musk.
It settles really nicely. Like it kind of tones itself down a bit, but it still smells the same to me. Like its evolution
Drew,
just
welcome in.
is the strength of the scent coming down a bit. But
I feel
is
also for
really
some reason
nice.
like this one is like their most unique one out of all of them that we have smelled. In my opinion, I feel like this one is I don't know why, but I keep seeing in my head like kind of a little bit like avant-garde with this one. This one seems like it steps a little bit out of the circle of the others. It fits in with the collection, but it'd be that
Mm-hmm.
one that they were like, oh, they were trying to go for something there. I like this one a lot.
I agree because the other eight fragrances are they're a story, they're a journey. The way that
Hmm
they develop like
hmm
changes over time in a very unique way that I don't recall really experiencing with any other fragrance. Um,
This one is a
but
little bit
this
more
is just
linear and to the point,
yeah,
right?
this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like here's the smell of a lily, enjoy it, and it will stay that way. End of story.
yeah.
But
It's
again, it's
very
you know
beautiful.
the same with everything but Kutchko. It's relatively light. It is stronger than most of the other ones, but it is not as strong as Kutchko. It's a little bit stronger, but it's still very light. It's still very inoffensive. It would work well in, even a crowded environment without, offending people. It just smells like the lily flower and greenery, and it's beautiful.
This makes me almost feel again and reiterate that these fragrances are for you. This is
Yes.
literally a house that you do not buy for anyone else to experience for the like, and again, I'm not even complimenting and saying there is no sillage or projection. I'm just talking like this is not the point of this brand.
Yeah.
This brand is like literally fragrances for you. They're
The
very
individual, yeah.
intimate, they're very personal. Most of them, except for Brazilian Lily so far, tell you a story and they unfold, and you get to know the fragrance the more that you wear it. I've
This
really
is
enjoyed experiencing Blocki so far, and I agree with
yeah.
you. There are
This is a
many.
house that basically made like 9 beautiful signature fragrances.
Yeah,
Any one of these would be a fantastic signature fragrance for a person.
I
Um,
agree.
like every single one of them. This has never happened. I would full bottle every single one of them.
And you can as well for $45. You are 40, is it 45 or 49? I thought it was for some reason like
45
49.99,
for the
but
discovery set,
okay,
and then they
thank
give
you.
you that code to get that money back off a full bottle.
Yeah, so
All right.
45 for their discovery set, and like Kim was saying, you get that back towards a full bottle purchase. I recommend that you should try all 9 of these fragrances. Love the tin that they come in, love the sprayers, love the presentation and how they're printed on the bottles themselves. Great atomizers. I just think this is a great brand that people should explore and find more about.
Like
Talking
if
about
this
that really quick.
like
Go
if
ahead.
this is the quality of just their discovery set, their
Yeah,
samples, I
so
mean
good.
that really tells you everything that you need to know. Like this is the quality of their samples.
Oh my gosh.
You know what
Esprit
I
de
mean?
Amour. That one is so good.
It's getting a little sweeter and a little more
Yes.
citrusy as it develops,
That
but
sweetness and the citrus is kind of kicking up, but you still
yeah,
got
that
that like lily of the valley in the back.
you have that light floral that's kind of moved a little bit more to the background.
That musk is so good in Esprit de
It's
Amour.
oh,
Oh, Press Club is that saffron's kicking up. You're getting that clove and that spiciness, and that depth and dimension is really kicking up even more now. Press Club, Press Club is for me. Press Club is for me.
I think Press Club and the Grand Affair are fighting for first place as far as I'm
I
concerned.
agree with you on that because I was going to say this Grand
But
Affair has been staying #1 for me, but
but
Press
to be
Club is coming
fair,
up.
like the other 7 are tied for silver. So what are you gonna do?
Right? Like, what are you going to do with that one?
Like when I say
Um,
I will full bottle every single one of these, that is not a joke. It will take some time, but I'll do it.
So Brazilian Lily is also made by Michelle Bruckman. So there's 3 perfumers of Blocki. Kevin Vespoor, Michelle Bruckman, and Lionel Nesbitt. All 3 of them have made the collection of these 9 fragrances, which are recreation of John Blocki's 1900s perfume creations. I love the story they're telling. I love the ode that the family is respecting to John Blocki. I love that's a family owned business. They also did let me know that they do have a new fragrance that is going to be launching in the spring. It is
Oh,
a leather centric fragrance. It was
so
at
they
a
want more of my
request.
money. That's cool.
It was at a request of several of their customers, and so they're coming out with a leather fragrance in the spring. Go follow Blocky, Blocki. Give them a try. I recommend that you buy their discovery set. Even if you don't find something you don't like, $45 for 9 experiences. go do
I would
that.
be
That's a
shocked.
great value, I
I
think.
would be shocked
Oh, so
if someone
would
got this
I.
and couldn't
Oh,
find
so
one.
would I. I
I'm gonna say this.
think,
I'm gonna say this about Brazilian
yeah.
Lily. I don't know how they did it, but it's just unchanged, and that doesn't happen in perfume. Like with
Well, and
the
especially with
scents and the
Blocki,
notes.
right? Because they've been
Yeah.
telling a story the whole time. Yeah.
Well, not even Blocki, just regular perfumes. They develop because different fragrances, different oils have different kind of lasting power. However, they
Yeah.
made this, it smells the same. I mean, lighter because again, when you first spray it, it's any perfume, it's always more intense. Lighter, but it still smells exactly the same. This did not go on any journey whatsoever. What you see is what you get. Your first sniff is going to be your last sniff as
This
well,
is
which
a
is
Brazilian lily.
yeah, which is crazy to me because normally, fragrances they change as time goes because some of the scents in the fragrance will wear off because that's just the nature of
Yeah.
fragrance oils. But
But
this
this
is
one's
like
kind of
it's
staying more linear and consistent.
it's it is the same, and I think that that's amazing. I've never experienced that in a fragrance before. They always change. They always develop. Um, what you start wearing in the morning is not necessarily how you're going to smell, 6 hours
No.
later.
Hell
But
no.
this hasn't changed since we sprayed it. It just got a little less intense
But it's
because
still there. The lily's still there. Yes,
yeah,
and
it
we
got a
see
little less
another
intense because it
fragrance
settled.
that's going to be coming out in
Oh,
the spring. They also said that they're going to be sharing more history of the brand this year via social and newsletters. So again, they're very receptive to conversations via Instagram. Love that they've been communicating with me as well. I think they are a great value for the discovery set. I think you will find something that you will like. Kym, we're gonna have to do this because this is the last scented pages of this, but you're gonna have to attempt to list and rank all 9 of the fragrances.
you want to also ask me which one of my sons is my favorite?
Oh, please, which
Very,
one of your sons is
it's
your favorite?
rude. They're tied for first place.
Okay, Press Club and this Grand Affair.
Okay. So, Press Club and this Grand Affair are definitely tops for me. Press Club because you know that I like library scents, and this really kind of gives me like
Oh
library
yeah,
paper
yeah,
book
yeah.
vibes.
It's giving you that vibe.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's funny that these are tied because they're so completely on the opposite ends of the spectrum. This Grand Affair is uh, a little sweet. It's got that vanilla, like it's completely different.
Oh
It's
yeah, it's definitely
fantastic.
different, but it's vanilla cake, basically.
Oh my God, so good. Honestly, I don't know that I could. I don't know that I could rank them past that. They're all just really good. Um, I
I
really,
can.
I really don't. Of course you can, but you also probably took a lot more notes than I do. I probably put Kuchko at 3 though because I do like I do like that stronger kind of
Oh, and I
masculine.
enjoyed that like sulfury kind of like what do they say like the gunpowder that was like coming through at the beginning. But this morning when I smelled that tobacco, ooh, I was really liking it. But for me, top 2, I can't have a number 1. But just like you, this Grand Affair Press Club, those
Hmm.
two are going to be coming home to me and they're for different reasons. I love this Grand Affair because it gives me like that Shalimar vintage vanilla yumminess.
Hmm.
That ambery, love that. This Press Club is more like the fragrances that I go towards on the daily. That clovey, spicy, inky. I love that. I think it's really
If
doing well.
if you
So those
like Jazz Club from Replica, I think that you'll like Press Club
I
because
was
it
actually
has
gonna say
yeah
that I
it,
felt like that one would have been a really good jazz
like
club actually
like the
was Press
vibes are
Club.
the vibes are the
A-
same like that
Absolutely.
cigar smoke, bourbon
Yeah,
drinking, dark
yeah,
leather chairs in a old timey room.
yeah. But
Like they have that same
this
vibe
one came out in like 1900. I don't know when Maison Margiela came out with theirs, but I don't think it was in
in the last
1900s.
couple few years. But like it's
But
but they have the same
yeah,
vibe,
yeah,
and
definitely same vibe. So if you like that
obviously
fragrance, yeah, check
obviously
out Press Club.
Replica is more well known, so if you have Jazz Club and you enjoy Jazz Club, you will also probably enjoy Press Club because they're completely different scents.
So I would say
But they do
this Grand Affair
give the same
and
vibe.
Press Club for number one. I really loved that minty freshness in Four Walks with the violets.
Hmm.
So I would say that's number two. Three is Brazilian Lily. Four is Esprit d'Amour. Five is In Every Season. Six, Saharet. Seven, Kochko. And eight, I don't know why I'm not at nine because I should be at nine. Maybe I miscounted, but would be
No, because
Senrovia.
you first
Oh yeah,
placed two at the
yeah.
same
First place
time,
was two of them. Yeah,
and
and then
you didn't skip
Senrovia to the
silver.
very end.
You know, Esprit d'Amour is
It's so
turning
good.
into more of a sweet citrus as it develops. That
I'm
floral element is really taking the
the back
back seat
seat. Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
it
And
goes
I'm
on,
getting more of that rind coming through. I don't know,
which is really
y'all. I
nice. And
think there are nine great fragrances here. The Discovery Set. I'm such a Discovery Set whore, and for $45, I pay for Discovery Sets. That's a good value. And if you find something that you do like, you get $45 off towards the full purchase. They're coming out with a new fragrance in the spring. I feel like this is a brand you should put your nose on. I do
oh,
not hear a lot about
absolutely.
them. So if you do reach out to them, tell them Kym and House of Darling sent you. But I really do think that you should at least get your nose on this Grand Affair and Press Club. Those two, boom,
Honestly,
stellar 10 out of 10s. But the whole house is
yeah,
9.5 out of 10s.
yes. Honestly, this might be my favorite house that we've ever tried, and it's like fun because
I
it's
agree with you.
an American brand and it's kind of niche
Yeah.
and it's small and it's family owned and it's all like those really nice
Yeah,
fun
but
kind of
but
buzzwords.
at
But
the same time,
they
I would
do,
not give any of these nine fragrances we smelled an eight. Like they're that good. Like they're all
they're
really competing for like the top spots. And I'm
yeah,
sure I'll
they're
wear one
all
of them, and
at
then two
least a
weeks later I'll
nine.
be like, "This one's the best one." Like they're all really, really good. And again, I keep going back to that feeling of like they're on purpose, they're personal, they're intimate, they're just for you. And if you like those type of fragrances when you want to wear just for you because you're that bitch, look at Blocki. Do it.
I mean,
Look at Blocki.
yeah, if you're looking for a unique my brain just died on the words. Signature scent that like no one else has. Blocki.
Yeah.
Every single one of these is signature scent worthy. And it's not like, mainstream and popular and luxury brands where everybody and their brother has it or has tried it or knows someone
Oh
who owns
yeah.
it. And
This
that's
is
something that you
that
get.
brand.
And every single one of these would make a fantastic signature scent. Every single one of these
I agree.
is fantastic.
I also think that Sanrovia and Saharet are those type of fragrances where people just say, "No, Raymond always smells like that. That's just his skin." They dry down to that just like your skin but
But
better type of
better.
scent,
Hmm.
which I just love. I think y'all should smell this Grand Affair and Press Club for sure. But forget that. Smell them all. Get the Discovery Set, $45, Blocki.com. $45 back towards a full bottle purchase. This is a brand you should experience. So you should go
Yeah,
do it.
100%. Every single one of these is an absolute banger.
Well, Kim, save your coin because you're going to be spending a lot getting these bottles in. And the bottles are
Ugh.
beautiful, by the way. I am obsessed with square bottles. They are square. I love that they've got a really nice like metal top. I'm loving everything about Blocki,
I've
and
never
I'm
actually looked at
excited
their
to
full
get some
size
full
bottles. I should go
bottles.
see what they look like.
Oh no, the bottles are really nice. They're
Are
like
they?
square, very simple, white label. They're just I think they look very, very nice. And they would look so good in a set together, all nine. Sitting
That's
together
fantastic.
like little columns.
I'll have to check it
So
out.
Kim, thank you so much for
Thanks, Ray.
being with me on the Scented Pages. Jamie, you're going to be on a future one here with me and Raven. I've got a lot of Scented Pages to come up. So just to name drop a couple of them, that way if you want to join me, you can. Just message me. I want you to be on the live with me. We have Christian Louboutin, Osnoff, Maison Dieto, which Jamie Kym is going to be joining me on very soon. Define Me, which Kym is going to be joining me on very, very soon. Diptyque, DeGray, I've got tons. Send me a message if you have a fragrance that you want me to smell and feature on a Scented Pages because I want to smell what you're smelling. Brenda, thank you so much for being here. I love you. Alicia, you're still in here. We've got Jamie, we've got Dee, we've got Jake, but we had Esteban and Kix who left. And everyone else.
Me.
Have to throw those jabs. But I appreciate you all for being here and joining us for this exploration of Blocki. We went through the Emma collection, the Heritage collection. Those full lives are up on my YouTube. Appreciate you all for being here. Love you so much, Kym. And we'll see
Love you
you
too.
all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.